you kidding? Is this the most expensive campsite in America?
Sadly, it's not even the most expensive campsite in the campground, and we're going to tell you all about it in this episode of
Travels with Delaney.
Welcome back, everyone. My name's Patrick.
Hi, Patty.
And today we are currently camping at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort in, well, not sunny Orlando, cloudy Orlando.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do today was there are tons of Fort Wilderness videos here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But what we thought we would do is share something with you that may help you in booking a site here, and that is to explain the different site types.
Right.
Now, we are currently paying about $245 a night with all the fees and taxes, and it's not even the most expensive site.
Nope.
It's Christmas, which means we are in peak season,
yep.
and we're paying top dollar. Now, if you come at other times of the year, the rates are significantly lower. But depending on what site you choose, that's going to affect how your rate is. There are about 5 different site types when you go to book here at Fort Wilderness. And the first is what they call a partial hookup site.
Yes.
And there, I believe, are 2 loops where it's just water and electric. Now, Patty, what would be a good RV unit for those partial hookup sites?
Well, partials, you'd probably want like a teardrop. Some people can put their tents in there probably. Just smaller trailers that you don't really want a full hookup site. You don't need sewer.
Yeah, when we walked through, it was primarily pop-ups and tents and things like that. They're just not really designed for big units.
Right.
And with no sewer hookup, you are limited on those. But those are going to be the most affordable option. Now, we are in what's known as a full hookup. Yep. And with the full hookup, you are going to get water, sewer, and electric.
Right.
And
we park on concrete. And behind us, it seems like we have a nice, area for your, I guess they call it a pad. It's made out of pea gravel that has like a picnic table and then our charcoal grill. So we get that kind. We don't get some, the more expensive ones we'll talk about, have all concrete for everything.
Yeah, I like the full hookups. Number one, I think they're larger sites.
I think so too. I think where they're placed is really nice. You're still in the trees. You have a lot more space around you than some of the others, and they do a great job anyway here at Disney of putting trees and bushes and shrubs between you, but this one where we are, we're just really spaced out well.
Yeah, I mean, Fort Wilderness is located on 700 acres of lush vegetation, scattered with lots of pine and cypress trees. And the full hookups are in 4 basic loops. I believe it's the 1600 through 1900 loops. There's 4 of them. And I don't know if those are maybe newer than other parts because they do seem to be better space. And honestly, you end up putting your RV and your tow vehicle on concrete.
Right.
And we situated ours so we step out onto concrete.
Yep.
It's really only that back patio, like you said, that's the pea gravel, and even that is well done.
They do a nice job. It's a real thick layer of pea gravel, and they have wood trim around it to keep that pea gravel in there so it doesn't shift on you and become mud. So yeah, it's really, really nice.
Now, you can get that same full hookup for a little bit more money in what's known as a preferred site, and that's going to be the 100, 200, or 300 loop. You're going to pay a little bit more, get the same basic site, although I always feel like those are a little tighter together.
Yeah, they seem like they are because I think they might have been one of the original sites or something, but they're up closer to the marina and Trails End buffet area up there with the restaurant. So you're kind of more close to getting on the transportation to take you to Magic Kingdom. But yeah, they seem tighter up there.
Yeah, and that's why they call them a preferred site and you pay a little bit more. It's all about location to the marina and the food service. And Patty even had to catch herself. She started to say Trails End Buffet. The buffet is gone now, and it's more like a little food court where you just order and they bring it out to a table.
And up there you have the Hoop-de-Doo Review,
Yep.
which is a fun place to eat. It's like a theater style, like performance.
Yep, and the trading post is up there, so if you need souvenirs or some food items, things like that. But again, those are going to be a little bit more than the just basic full hookup sites. But otherwise, they're the same. It's just all about location. Now, the next most expensive site is the premium sites.
Now, premium has 2 types of sites, right?
Right. There's your standard premium site, and then there is the premium meadow site, which is the most expensive sites. Now, let's just start with the basic premium, and then we'll explain the difference. So, Patty, what do you get with the premium that you don't get with a full hookup or a preferred?
Well, don't you get like it's all concrete where you park your trailer and your rig? I mean, even you step out and even the area where you can sit with your picnic table, it's all concrete.
Right. They just give you a lot more concrete. And some people might argue it's a better location because those are located between the full hookup sites and the preferred sites. And so, yes, I don't know if they really are a better location.
Maybe they're kind of in the middle of the campground, maybe more centered.
More
located.
center in the campground.
I mean, you're closer to things like the Chippendale campfire and movie night and the main pool that has a slide and the hot tub kind of thing.
And the splash pad for the kids, as well as things like archery. And some people may prefer to be a little bit closer
in the
to
preferred
that.
site.
Yeah. Today's video is not sponsored, but I want to give a special shout out to our friends over at Fantastical Vacations. If you're looking to plan a Disney trip, a cruise, or even an all-inclusive resort, give Dan Leslie and their team of professional agents a call. It won't cost you anything extra, but they can help you plan that perfect vacation. Or if you're just looking for information about a trip to Walt Disney World right here in Orlando, Florida, or Universal Studios, make sure you check out their YouTube channel and podcast, Addicted to the Mouse. They have a lot of great resources with dining reviews and all kinds of tips and tricks to make the perfect Walt Disney World vacation. Now, let's talk about the most expensive sites in the world.
In the world.
In the world. And that is these premium Meadows sites.
Yes.
And those are sites right here near the Meadows Trading Post, which is also right by the main swimming pool.
And all that.
So if you choose one of those sites, that's probably going to be the most expensive site that they're offering, and that truly is all about location for the central hub of the campground. But site-wise, it's going to be the same. You're going to have your full hookups. You're going to have all concrete. You're going to have, I think most of those are like a square picnic table versus the typical rectangle. You're still going to have your charcoal grill. But ultimately, price difference really is about location.
It's where you want to be.
Now, if you're worried about location and getting around, the simple solution is to either bring a bicycle with you or a golf cart.
Yes.
But if you don't own a golf cart and you don't want to bring bicycles, they will rent you a golf cart.
Oh, yeah. And bicycles. And we're standing across from the bike rental barn. Maybe you can rent a bicycle at your stay, and you can also, like we did, we rented a golf cart because this place is so big. 799 sites?
799 sites plus another 409 cabins. But one of the things I love, Patty, about Fort Wilderness, even though it's a massive resort, it doesn't feel like it.
No, the way they have it set up and the way you go through the different loops, it makes it feel like cozy and smaller. It's not like you're in a big parking lot area kind of thing.
No, it's really laid out well, and there's just so many trees and shrubs around here. It really does give you that camping vibe.
Right.
Now, booking here at Fort Wilderness sometimes can be challenging because people will literally book more than a year in advance, and especially during prime seasons like the holidays.
Yes.
But here's a little Delaney tip for you.
All right.
We did not book our site until July. And a lot of people said, how did you get a site at Fort Wilderness at Christmas by booking in July? Well, it's simple. I look short-term versus long-term, meaning originally I wanted to book December 24th to December 29th. And when I put that in, I said there was nothing available. But I would just keep searching one day less. So then I did the 24th to the 28th, no go. 24th to the 27th. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Finally got down to the 24th for one night, and there was a site available. So I booked it. 2 days later, I went back in and found the 25th and 26th and booked that. When all was said and done, we had 3 different reservations to get us from the 24th until the 29th. Now, here's a key thing to remember when doing this. Make sure you always book the same site type.
Yes.
Meaning you either need to do full hookup for all your reservations or premium or preferred or partial, because if you book different site types, you will end up having to move during your stay. But because all 3 of our reservations were for a full hookup, we have not had to move during our stay. When we arrived, they just linked all of our reservations together. Haven't had to do anything different.
No.
I get
Every day we get when you change reservation times, like the first 1 second, you'll get it like, oh, your campsite
thanks for
is
staying
available.
with us, and your campsite is now available.
It's like,
but
oh, good.
ultimately, it didn't affect our stay at all. So if you're wanting to come to Fort Wilderness and you don't see your stay dates available, just try breaking it down and chunking it into multiple reservations. If what you want doesn't come through, through, just check their cancellation policies and make sure you cancel in time that you can actually
Right.
cancel if you decide not to come.
Sure.
Is Fort Wilderness for everyone? Probably not.
Not.
It's not a cheap stay.
But I think if you haven't been here, we always tell our friends, you need to come at least one time. It's just a really neat experience. It's just mind-boggling how big it is, and then how nice it is, and how clean it is. And any time of the year, people bring, like right now at Christmas, all their blow-ups and lights, and it's like a little mini drive-through village that it's an attraction in itself. And they do that at Christmas, and we've seen it at 4th of July and Easter. So, and I'm sure Halloween, we've never been here then, but I'm sure people do. But it's just a fun place to be.
Absolutely. And this truly is a resort. You never have to leave
Yep.
once you're here, and you don't have to be going to the parks to have a great time.
Right.
Well, I hope you found this information useful as you plan your vacation at Walt Disney World and the Fort Wilderness Resort. Until next time, everybody, we'll see ya.
On down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.